Hello and welcome. Lex here from Tomorrow, bringing you a brand new video. But I'd first like to say I hope you all had an awesome Christmas and New Year and all are safe and well. The holiday season is now over and we're well on our way into 2016. And I myself am excited to announce that this year, Tomorrow will be making an effort at uploading more videos, where there's always a wide variety of content. So there will be lots to look forward to, so keep your eyes peeled. As for right now, however, I'm reviewing a game that I've recently picked up and am playing, which is the ever popular Final Fantasy XIV A Realm Reborn with this new DLC Heaven's Ward. Yeah, I'm currently playing this game on the PS4. I realise that this game will be nearing its 6th year this year since its original release on PC. And I know that a lot of you veterans, if you're watching this, will be thinking, Lex man, why are you reviewing this so late? You're so far behind in the times. This game's been out for 3 years, no 4 years, no 5 years, no 6 years this year, man. Ain't nobody got time to wait for your review, man. And my reply to that is,
ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
No? How the hell did that video get there? That's not my reply. What I was meaning to say was, it doesn't matter what you think. Just kidding, my bad. You're 100% right. I am late to the scene, but what really matters is that we're here now. And here it is, my review for Final Fantasy XIV. Let's go! So first and foremost, you'll need to buy the game, or try out the free trial, and download. Note, it's a subscription based game, aka pay to play. Yeah, and be prepared to download a massive game. This game is huge. Then create an account in MogStation, Square Enix, and pick a server and world. But here is where the frustration becomes real, guys. Be prepared to manage some extreme levels of anger and frustration. Picking a server and world was by far the most stressful part of the game for me. Spending an entire 2 whole days of constantly trying to get on the same damn server and world as my friends, because due to the game system of only opening a very small window of opportunity to create a new player in highly populated servers and worlds, it takes a lot of persistence to keep attempting it, and at opportune times. Yeah, it's confusing. Preferably when the player of that server region, i.e. EU, like Europe or NA, would likely be asleep, leaving a small window to create new characters. So when those people are asleep, that gives you a good enough window to create one, but it's not guaranteed, eh? This process seriously sucked. Pissed me off real bad. But luckily after I was in, all of that could be forgiven, because I was in and ready and can log in with no issues here on out. After you're in, you will have a small menu, then create a character and choose a class, race and other options and customization, then enter the game. Make sure you research your classes before you make one. However, if you haven't done so already, it will ensure you play the class and role that you actually want to play right from the start. But if you happen to make this mistake, which a lot of people do, even after I have told you not to, you can always just go to the guild of the class you want to play as later on and switch whenever you want, which is the most beautiful part of this game. The classes and roles in this game, one character can play all classes at any time. I know, right? No replay badges, respect tokens, no changing powers, cough cough DC, you suck man. No creating new characters. You just, if you want to play a different class, you go to the guild that you want to be in, you pick it and you're away. It's beautiful. Anytime or free. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. You will then get a cinematic of yourself, a warrior of the light crystal, and you then confront the Ascian, the godlike beings of darkness. whilst wearing your ultimate job gear, which looks badass as hell, man. After that cinematic, you will wake up on a carriage on your way to your relevant town, which is based on your class that you have picked for your character. Upon arrival, you will follow a bunch of quests that will basically guide you on your way, from your main story quest to your guild quest, side quests, and more. Whilst in game, you will level and acquire new skills, abilities that you will be free to place on your hotbar, bars, and use as you see fit. Yeah, you got more than one hotbar that you can utilize if you choose to. It's pretty cool. Be sure to do your research. If you're not sure what abilities you should use or how you should use them, it can help out a lot. Even if you've been playing a long time, doing research can still help out. It's always helpful. Learning how to navigate in this game can also be a tough task, especially for beginners. But once you get the hang of it, you'll be rolling through areas like you were born there. You'll also be able to interact with other many players in chat, add them as friends, complete content, even join a guild or create a guild, which is called a free company in this game, by the way, and be in a guild with others, invite others to it, enjoy building a house, customizing it, free to visit at any time. Man, those free companies look sick, and the house you customize looks so cool. The game runs on a holy trinity style of MMORPGs with healers, tanks, and DPS roles, and that includes in PvP. A lot of games can take note from this game, man. Holy trinity is the way! Anyway, moving on. The healer jobs you attain after leveling the required classes, which can be found via YouTube, Google, Wikipedia, Final Fantasy website itself, are the White Mage, Scholar, and Astrologian. No, Astrologian is part of the Heaven's Ward, so you'll have to have that DLC, yeah? The tank jobs are the Paladin, the Warrior rules! Nah, I'm being biased, I'll carry on. And Dark Knight. Dark Knight also a part of Heaven's Ward. And lastly, the DPS jobs are the Monk, Dragoon, Bard, Black Mage, Summoner, Ninja, and Machinist. All badass. The Heaven's Ward DLC relevant jobs, which I spoke about, will require you to be at the Heaven's Ward area available after purchasing the Heaven's Ward DLC, and can only be obtained with certain requirements being met. Again, Google's your friend, YouTube, or the website for more details. I won't get into it. Sorry. The game runs very smoothly most of the time with lag spikes, happening usually only in densely populated areas. But even then, it's not much of a frame rate drop, and it's only noticeable to me because I'm pedantic, so to speak. The content in this game is nothing short of incredible though, constantly giving you something to do, whether it be exploring, questing, group dungeons, trials, PvP, fishing, gathering, crafting, etc. The list goes on, and it's all extremely fun and entertaining. The combat is very much so a skill-based type of combat, based on multiple abilities, traits, skills, attributes that you must manage and place accordingly and master them all, alongside your roles and classes, all whilst learning to manage your cooldowns and timing everything perfectly alongside your teammates as well, is what makes the combat the masterpiece that it is. The loot drops, weapons, and gear you acquire at lower levels, they can be utterly disappointing. They can be demeaning, and at times can feel like the developers of the game intentionally made them look as bad as they possibly could, just to make you want to level up as quickly as possible, so you could look and feel better about your character. I mean, seriously, some of the styles at lower levels can just be downright pathetic, man. Made me embarrassed to even be seen in that stupid looking gear. It's like a slap in the face whilst being called a noob. But luckily, when you level up, they start to look better, and eventually, especially when you complete your level 50 job quest, you will look like a total badass. I am not kidding. The storyline, as anyone who plays Final Fantasy games should know, is where this game shines the most. which really adds to its appeal. It's one thing to look like a badass, but to feel like a badass and actually give you pride in what you're doing and making you not only care about your character, which you will, but also the NPCs you encounter and the player teammates. The game may force you to encounter through dungeons, trials, etc. Makes the experience all the more sweeter. Everyone has a role to play in the world of Final Fantasy known as Eorzea, and the game will make you think and feel like you play the most important part in the world. Becoming immersed into this game is inevitable. Since I have mentioned the multiplayer side of Final Fantasy, I'll speak about it a little bit more in depth. All of the multiplayer content requires team playing, so as I said before, it's important to know your role and how it works. Simply not knowing what you're doing will result in other players either trying to give you constructive criticism, which is cool, or just outright tell you you're an idiot and what you should be doing. But worry not, because it happens to everyone, and I'm sure has happened to everyone at some point in time. After all, everyone was a noob once. Let's not forget that, people. I found the best way to approach this as a new player was to type in party chat at the very start of the dungeon or so. That is the first time I've attempted it, and apologise in advance for any mistakes made. I found this usually results in some very positive feedback and tips, and has also resulted in making many friends, gaining of great tips and tricks, and also some awesome encouragement and many player commendations. Man, those are cool. When you receive that you will receive when other players feel that you've done a good job, they'll give you commendations. I also advise that you do the same for the players you feel really stand out or have been the most helpful. That helps out a lot. Remembering the mechanics of the multiplayer content you will complete will prove extremely helpful. I can't emphasize this enough, so it doesn't hurt to keep completing it, okay? Especially since the rewards are multiple, not only giving you great XP and gold, but the loot is also incredible. Seriously. Another thing this game has is mounts and companions. The first mount you'll obtain will be your chocobo. I've always found that one funny. I don't know why. Which you'll obtain after completing a quest for the green company you choose via the main storyline quest. After you obtain your chocobo, you can use it as a mount to ride on and also to level up as a companion to use in battle. And you'll also later be able to give it armor. Yes, Kent. How sick is that? It will get its own skills and abilities. Oh, yeah, that's pretty choice. And you can choose how you place them. It's completely up to you how you want it to battle. Its points can be placed into either healing, damage, or tanking abilities as it levels up, so it's your choice. You'll also obtain many more mounts as you progress, some locked away via subscription sadly, or the shop, which you have to buy, but many are still available with simple gameplay. Some even such as dragons. Yeah, that's right, I said it, dragons, man! Being able to fly at certain areas once you reach the Heaven's Ward area. You'll also get minions, which act as a cosmetic type of pet, but still can look pretty cool. Speaking of cosmetic, this game has some pretty funny emotes, which not only make you do some pretty hilarious things at times, but some are also needed in certain quests on NPCs, which is a nice addition, in my opinion. So enough about the aspects of the game, Let's get down to the nitty gritty, which is my opinion of it and what I rate it as. Okay, although the game has a shit ton of frustration, mostly caused by the choosing of a server and world, man, my veins starting to pop out of my head just thinking about it again. Look out. The pros of the game far outweigh the cons. In fact, the cons are so few and far between, they are easily forgiven. Never forgotten, but forgiven nonetheless. When weighed up against its excellent gameplay, graphics, enormous plethora of content, its ability to make you become absolutely immersed in its world, easy access to multiplayer content and communication, and just genuine fun overall. It's extremely rare for me to say that a game that is pay to play is an okay thing. Never said it before, never thought I would, but I am. But this one time, I will actually say that I am getting my money's worth in Final Fantasy XIV, and I don't regret paying for the subscription at all. So, my final verdict for Final Fantasy XIV is a solid 9.5 out of 10. Although I have only ever reviewed one game on YouTube so far, I have never ever rated any MMORPG that I've personally played a score this high. So for me, this is a big deal. If not for the faults such as the process you have to go through to pay for subscriptions, sorry again, with either a Visa, debit card or credit card, which I personally do not favour. Frustration you will encounter if trying to place a character in a highly populated server with friends. The pink writing spams in the chat box are annoying! Lame ass looking lower level gear, and the difficulty you'll go through trying to get Heaven's Ward DLC jobs, which people have had. I would have easily given this game a 10 out of 10. Either way, as far as PS4 is concerned, this in my opinion is by far the best MMORPG on PS4 right now. No other MMORPG on PS4 offers the same quality experience as this game does for me, and I feel we are very lucky to have it on our console. It is very clear this game was made to compete with the best of all MMORPGs, especially those with the likes of WoW and Guild Wars 2, etc. You can tell, just by the way it plays. It's so interesting and complex, and although it can be compared to games such although it can be compared to those games, it can't be compared to any games on PS4 at the moment, because it's so far ahead of all the MMORPGs on PS4, in my opinion, by miles too. This game shows up on many other videos and sites if you choose to search for it as a true contender for a top MMORPG, and I'm not surprised. I'm also not surprised that many players have actually left games such as World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy XIV, and they've never looked back. This game is a masterpiece in its own right, and if you have not tried it and are looking for a game that you will leave you feeling totally immersed in it and all of its glory, and have not yet tried Final Fantasy XIV, then you seriously need to give this game a try. Trust me, it will not disappoint you. And if you don't, then you're really the only person missing out. So, now I'm going to do some shoutouts. I'd like to give a big thanks to my friends Matt aka Des, Jimmy, Trey and Jamie. Were it not for you guys, I would have dropped my hate against, I wouldn't have dropped my hate against the pay to play concept and would have missed out on all the fun. I would also like to give a big thanks to all who watched this, and I apologise for the length of the video. It's just I'm passionate about this game and the content I put out, but I like to cover it as best as possible, and I hope that I've done so in a way that everyone can enjoy. Just to let you all know also, I'll be doing videos of this game in the future, so if you enjoyed what you have seen so far, keep a lookout for the videos to come. If you would like to see me cover anything else, or have any tips or good, positive advice, constructive advice, but positive, to offer, please feel free to post in the comments. So anyway, that's my review for Final Fantasy XIV, and again, hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, in my native tongue, ka kite anō. Take care.